Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at Quant. This is going to be a low time frame video. We have done an update for our higher time frame video, which you can find up above. So check that out if you haven't already. Let's get into the charts and see what's going on. Okay, so one of the ideas that we discussed here in the higher time frame video is our bullish count, where we're looking at this potentially as an A wave, looking for this as a B wave to the downside, in which case our target area for this as a B wave is going to be between this 50% and this 786. So we can see we actually come into this 50% level already. I'm going to be watching out that if we do continue to drop down this 77 to the 73 zone, could be an interesting area, and then we could be looking for a reaction to the upside. Now within this idea where this is a B wave, what we could have is that this is either A, B and C, or alternatively we could have this as a B wave triangle into this point here, and we're breaking down for that C wave. Now within this idea where this is A, B and C, what I will be looking out for here is that potentially within this, what we could see is something along these lines, where this is our A wave. We have A, B, C, D, and E into this point, and we're looking for a 5-wave move to the downside. Now, if this is the case, and we are taking this as our B wave high over here, what we would be looking for is a move down towards the 0.618 would be a common zone that we'd be looking for. And if we do look to extend out one-to-one would be at this $47 area. Now, within this idea, what we'd be saying is that internally here, what we have is that this move could be developing as a 1, 2, and then we're looking for this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So within this idea here, we'd be saying that, potentially we still got more to come here, and we're looking for that possibility of a drop towards the 74.07, but we do need to be careful because we have reached this 1-to-1 and we have had a reaction. So if we do start to see this breaking above some of these highs, where this is pushing up above 91.39 and this 94.20, we need to be very careful that this move could look to actually have a more significant rally to the upside. Now, if we are looking at this move, looking to push up here, and this is actually forming another 1-2, we need to get over this 101 for more confidence that this continuation down has finished. Otherwise we could just form this as 1-2, another 1-2 here, and then we start to break down from that point. So this is going to be the next zone above us if we do look to have a more substantial push to the upside that I'm going to be watching for a reaction. If we do continue to push down, however, this is going to be the confirmation of this wide count here. Now, it is also possible that we could be looking at this move developing as a diagonal from further back here, where effectively this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're looking at this as A, B, and C. Now, the invalidation of this would be moving down past this 8304, and what we'd be saying here is that the C wave is playing out. So this blue C wave, we've already hit 1-to-1, and what we'd then be looking for is that this is 1, 2, 3, and we could actually be completed this wave 5. This is why we need to just be a little bit careful here, because we have come down to the 0.382 of the wave 1 to 3. So this is a common zone for us to look to end as a 5th wave. So if we do continue to see these lows hold here at this 84.83, we could potentially start to see some price action to the upside here, where we see something like a 5-wave move. If we do get a 5-wave move and we continue to hold these lows on the retracement, then potentially we could be looking to rally. If, however, we just see a 3-wave move to the upside here, we need to be careful of extension, where we could be potentially either extending in this 5th wave, or we would still be within this white 3rd wave here. So we need to just be very careful that, if we do just see 3 waves up here, we could continue to see this push to the downside. If we do look to reject from this, and what we have here is that this internally is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What I'd be looking for is a potential to move down to 84.15 to 83.07. But like I said, if we start to move down past this 1-to-1 level here of this 83.04, then the other alternatives start to come into play here. Now, what we need to be careful of here on the higher time frame stuff is that we are looking also for that more bearish potential here, where we could be looking for a break to the downside, where this is either A, B, and then we're looking for a C wave, or 1, 2, and we're looking for this as a wave 3. Within this idea, we're looking for the possibility of a bigger breakdown here towards this 1618 level. So if we do actually complete this move as a diagonal, like we just talked about, we're going to have to be very careful about the bounce to the upside here, because any kind of a move that fails to push back above this 141 And especially if this isn't a clear three-wave structure, we need to be careful that this hasn't just become 1, 2, and then we're going to see a bigger breakdown towards this $51 level. So we're going to have to watch this. We're right within that reversal zone, so we could potentially see something happen here, but we need to just see whether we actually start to get the price action confirming this to the upside, or whether we just start to lose this level and see some extension to the downside here. If we start to see that extension down, then it's possible that we could already be within this white wave 3 from further back here, where we'd have to then potentially argue that we could complete into either this point over here or potentially this point over here, and then we have this as a wave 2, and then we're looking for that direct continuation to the downside. But at the moment, I'm still favoring the idea of this being a diagonal and then having a possible push to the upside for a wave 2 here before that breakdown for a wave 3. But we're going to have to keep an eye on BTC as well. If that starts to break down, then potentially this idea of being within this higher degree blue third wave could be in play here, where we're looking for this $40.59. Coming in here and having a look at the daily CPR lines, we can see that we're continuing to print lower CPR lines. So this is a bearish sign at the moment. We are currently sitting above our central lines here at this 867. If we continue to hold this level, I will be looking out for the potential of a push up towards this 88.75 if this is going to become a bigger corrective structure. If, however, we start to lose these central lines, we could potentially come back down here and look to retest this 85.17. Holding this level could make this move evolve into a bigger corrective structure, something like this, ABC. If, however, we lose this level, then I will be looking for lower here as potential targets for today, 83.19. 81.52 and this 79.54. If we do see price looking to rally off this point, what we could potentially see here is a move up towards 88.75, 90.44, 92.37 and this 94.05 as potential targets for today. Now moving over and having a look at the weekly pivots, what we can see is that once again we've printed lower CPR lines here, and we have actually come down and had an interaction already with this S2 line. If we do see price looking to push back up, like we said, with that idea that this could potentially become ABC, going to be keeping an eye on these central lines, $89 to this $90.51. If we do face rejection here, what we could potentially then do is see price look to react back to the downside, and another target open for this week would be this 81.75. so this would be valid for even if we do look to just break down. I'm going to be watching this zone. If, however, we do start to see some bullish price action to the upside here and we get back above these central lines, I'm going to be watching this area of this 91.46, which would align quite nicely with coming back into this potential support and resistance flip area. If we do see a rejection off of there, we could continue to see this sell-off play out. If we do look to rally above that zone, targets for this week still open to the upside is 94.63 and this 96.25. Now we're going to move over here onto the monthly pivots. What we can see here is that we are underneath our central lines. We've actually come through this S1 target and we still have this S2 target open here at this 81.85. So if we do continue to see price looking to push to the downside, I'm going to be keeping an eye out for a reaction around this zone. Other targets for this month still to the downside is 72.25, and these would align with some of our lower support zones. So we need to just be on the lookout here that if we do continue to push down, we could possibly look to interact with some of these zones. But there is still possibility that we could count this as a move that has completed here, but we'd need to see breaks back above 91.40, 92.97 and this 94.33 for a bit more confidence that we could be looking to build something to the upside. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you will find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. Everyone have a great day. We will see you in the next one. Take care.